We know that American history has not always been a fairy tale.
All you have to do is tell me your name.
Damn! From the start, it's been a constant push and pull for more than 240 years between the best of us, the American ideal that we're all created equal, and the worst of us.
I'm Kunta Kinte. Son of a...
Your name is Toby. Now tell me your name.
Today I come here to Howard to continue the work to redeem the soul of this nation.
You want to know if you support reparations? I support reparations, but other than that name, y'all need to learn what reparations is. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair.
It's cash, being cash payments for all.
Hell no, you never get it.
Why not?
Salute and welcome back to Unknown Soldier Radio. And I'm Dog Tags. Yeah. The fact that we have and have always had a group of influential, and intellectual groups among us makes what I'm about to say even worse than what it actually is.
You can't make this shit up.
The short-term memory that can be associated, let alone mentioned in the same damn sentence for many blacks, if not majority of all blacks in the community, is an understatement.
If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place. You can't make this shit up.
Jumping Jim Crow Joe Biden and his 1994 crime bill called the Violent Crime and Control Law Enforcement Act of 1994, where he damn near eradicated or damn near decimated black families.
You can't make this shit up.
In the effervescent vapors of what used to embody or even encapsulate our women, black women, are no longer ours because they decide to take up the mantelpiece and die on the hill that black men ain't good enough.
You can't make this shit up.
It's barbecue in there. No, I'm not eating no fucking leftover barbecue from yesterday.
And just to show you how black women are not our women and haven't been our women for a very long time, when Joe Biden was running for president, black women voted for Joe Biden en masse by way of Kamala Camel-Toe Harris, who used to mess with downtown Willie Brown. Oh. And you got Delta Sigma Status and AKAs walking around here talking about some, ooh, but she wear chucks and pearls.
You can't make this shit up.
See, the only problem with that is I have uncles, I have cousins, I have other family members whose lives were not only decimated, but changed while our lives were rearranged by the environmental laws and practices put in place by what they deem a criminal culture.
You can't make this shit up.
But when you're sleeping with the enemy, because she looks like you and you don't know any better, over time, small things tend to get overlooked. You know, little small things like you having my back. And not being the hand on the whip that's whipping my back.
You can't make this shit up.
Not putting your own personal interests above my own personal interests or our own personal interests or our personal interests as a family over yours. I had the opportunity about 15 years ago to write an article entitled America and the Dirt Swept Under the Flag. And in this particular writing about racism, it was about how racism not only affects the people or persons being perpetrated against, but how it also affects other groups or races of people.
You can't make this shit up.
And to be honest, after writing that article and trying to sit back and analyze and trying to find some way to compartmentalize what I actually just read, all of that history, and encapsulating myself and ingratiating myself in that moment of time, trying to figure out who got the worst end of the deal, who got the shortest end of the stick. And after reading about the Japanese being put in internment camps starting out in California after World War II because we considered them prisoners of war. And we dropped the bomb on them in Hiroshima and Nagasaki because they dropped the bomb on us in Pearl Harbor. And after reading about Andrew Jackson, America's 7th president who enacted the Indian Removal Act in 1830, who was responsible for the deaths of thousands of Indians as he forcefully migrated and marched them westward and stole their land through the Dawes Act. And after I read Mein Kampf by Hitler, which means my fight, and the atrocities he and his henchmen committed against the small hats, I had to, from a historical, cultural, racial, and ethical lens, come to the conclusion who got the worst end of the stick. And after much dismay, the only group of people who have been systemically, economically, and perpetually destroyed has been the Black American, African American race.
You can't make this shit up.
So you just want me to sit here and believe a group of ex-exes who look like me have my best interests when they've demonstrated time after time after time after time after time again that they have a disdain for black men.
Oh! You can't make this shit up.
I care about what's in this contract with Black America for women, and it's not, we're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And I want to know.
I mean, when you mention black people, you mentioning black women. So don't count yourself out.
No,
Yes,
that's not
true.
That's like administration say that when they
Black people is not black women. Black
true.
women are not included in black people.
No,
In the words of Tupac Shakur, rest in power, Tupac Shakur. Can you see me? Am I clear to you? Just because you're a double XX and you look like me, oh, contraire, my friend, that doesn't mean that you necessarily have my best interest now, does it?
You can't make this shit up.
Because what you've done is taken a word, or better yet even, you've taken a color and transformed that color into a gender. Just like they did with the 1964/65 Civil Rights Act, where they added women as a precursor to the benefits package.
You can't make this shit up.
And by that small confirmation right there, it goes to show it's no longer about you and I and what we can do for each other, because you decided to add all the other alphabets of the community, no pun intended, and then all the other pronouns, thee, me, I, you, they, it, she, they, then us.
You can't make this shit up.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. The world, I mean, come on.
I'm blickety black, blacker than black. I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back.
I enjoy hip hop. I went to Howard University. I like bar trivia.
You ain't black. Hey, look, I misspoke, okay? When I said not voting for me makes you not black, I know there are all kinds of things that make you not black. So let's have some fun and win some money.
When it comes to white supremacy in the black community, who's the real white supremacist? Salute! From Dog Tags.